Hello and welcome to Tipsy VP, episode 24th January 2020, a weekly show where we share tips and tricks on how to improve your social media. Tipsy VP is brought to you by Virtual Palace Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This is Chinese New Year weekend. Happy Chinese New Year to everybody. May the year of the rat bring you health and prosperity.
恭喜发财, everyone.
So that you'll be filled with so much prosperity that you have to spill it over to us.
Alright.
This week's weekly Tipsy. Building ads for the customer journey. Yes, customers go through a journey with you before they buy something from you. It isn't fair to compare your brand with the likes of Nike and Adidas because they've spent billions and decades on building a strong branding. And perhaps your brand isn't quite there yet. So, the idea of putting an ad campaign out there and expect people to buy something from someone they have never heard of is ridiculous because you don't buy something from someone you've never heard of unless you have a problem and they are there to solve the problem and the problem has been there forever and that
You're
kind of thing.
in a very
Desperate state. Yeah, very desperate state. There is a certain path customers will usually take where they obtain different kinds of information from you. Most of the times, customers who stay with you until the end of the journey would buy from you, although sometimes they can be sold on the idea earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we talk about building ads for the customer journey. The typical journey involves 3 steps going from cold, warm to hot. We can apply this to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, whatever the platform, consumer behaviors are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Want to take the first one?
Yep, sure. The first one, advertising to cold leads. Cold leads are loosely defined as people who have never heard of you, or maybe roughly know your existence. It can also be people who've heard of you, but never saw your products creating value to their lives. At this point, there is a lot of introduction involved. You never go on a first date and demand to reach third base. Your audience wouldn't appreciate that either. There are 2 ways to reach out to cold leads. First, educational or entertaining content ads. You will first want your audience to know who you are and remember your name. Let's not jump into what you have to sell first because most people are cautious of brand these days. Create educational or entertaining content that add value to your cold leads. Make them feel happy, mostly because there's no hidden agenda behind your content. This works well for both B2B and B2C industries. Second one, I'll continue on?
Yep.
Alright, sure. The second one will be sales ads for instant purchase. Yep, you heard it right. We did say most of cold leads don't like to sold right away. But sometimes, although rare, you may come across first dates that end up in saucy situation, aka desperate. There are some people out there that have been struggling with problem and are looking for a solution that you can provide. They may not have heard from you directly, but perhaps done their due diligence elsewhere and know about your brand and product. For these people, you want to be ready to give them exactly what they want, which is an immediate access to a sales.
AKA people who have been stalking you forever and they expect something from the first date.
Sadly. People who are very dry, right?
Yeah. but specifically, they've been stalking you forever, so they know exactly who you are, what you do, what you like, what you don't like.
Just
so
go straight.
They're ready to jump into it.
No need the date, no need the dinner.
No need to go slow and everything. No discovery needed. Second one, advertising to warm leads. Once the cold lead has heard of you and has seen your ads and content, they slowly warm up to your existence. Some of them may have engaged with you, others may not. But with a good ad recall lift tweak, they will be reminded of your brand at the right time. So just talk about ad recall lift. Ad recall lift is defined as how much they remember you after they see your ad the last time.
Yep.
So if your ad recall is if the gap between your ad is too long, there is no ad recall. That means they forget about you already, right? Then there is no lift. There's no ad recall lift. But if it's too frequent and it gets annoying, there is no ad recall lift. Of course, there is ad recall lift, but it goes to a point where it's too annoying.
Lift.
Add annoyed lift.
Yeah.
So the key here is to reach this sweet spot where people remember you from the last ad, but don't get too annoyed by seeing you too much.
Okay. Oh yeah, I sort of remember this guy.
I sort of remember. Some prominent ones are those you have watched videos before, filled out one of your lead forms before, liked your page, visited your website, and more. Assuming you ran an educational video for cold leads, the next step will be to target people who have watched your videos before. Here are 2 things you can do with them. The first one is video ads to build brand recognition. If you're in B2B industry selling software, trainings, or courses, webinar invites are the kinds of videos you should be creating. Drop some tips and tricks in some videos and then get them to sign up for more info. If you're selling houses, showcasing walkarounds of properties would be nice as well. It beats having your customers guessing how the place looks like through images and artist impressions. If you're selling offline events, be sure to shoot videos from your past event so you can use them for future ones. People react better to actual footage than your copywriting skills.
Yep.
If you're selling products to consumers, videos of these products would also help give them a clearer impression of what they're buying. Second one is flash sale ads to create sense of urgency. Again, there will always be people who have gotten all the info they need and would like to buy from you right away. We cannot force buyers to go down the journey all the way. When they want to buy, we have to always be there to accept their money.
Yeah, give you ang pao, you still want to, don't want lah.
No, imagine this, right? It's like you're halfway there and they want to buy. They say, take my money. They say, no, you have to wait until the end first. Wait until the end first.
Like, oh my God, just close the damn deal.
just take my money. No, you have to wait until the end. Wait, there's another step.
Ayo.
Creating sales points at every step of the journey allows the purchase to happen when buyers are ready. But at this point, flash sales work best. Drop a limited time sale to create urgency. And the third one,
The third one, ads for hot audiences. Most audiences that fall into this category have high chance of purchase. Perhaps you caught them at the wrong time or that they still haven't made up their minds yet. Maybe they put your item into their carts but forgot to make payments. With tags like Facebook Pixel and Google Tag Manager attached to your website, the platform can create a pool of people for you to connect with. There are two things you can do here. First one, remarketing ads that remind them to complete purchases. E-commerce sites like Lazada and Shopee are good at this. Once you've added something into the cart, you will keep seeing ads popping up reminding you to buy those exact items. Sometimes they even come with attractive price drops. With Tag Manager and Pixels, Google or Facebook can track what happens in your website and create a pool of people who drop items into their carts. Within what they drop into the carts, then you can use this pool of hot audience for your remarketing campaign. Secondly, testimonials ads to persuade purchase. There are times when people haven't committed to purchase because they are still not entirely convinced with your product. For these people, testimonials works best. The aim here is to build trust in the form of customer reviews of testimonials. It provides external validation for your businesses, so it's not just you blowing your own horn.
All right, so that's just to recap what we have, Weekly Tipsy, building ads for the customer journey. So the customer journey is going through 3 steps, which is the cold, warm, and hot. On the cold side, there are 2 types of content you can do, which is one, educational or entertaining content ads. Second one is to actually create ads for instant purchase, because there are people who are already ready to buy from you. Always keep a door open for them. Step 2 is advertising to warm leads by video ads to build brand recognition. You can either do webinars, you can do showcase walkabouts for properties, you can edit videos of your past events to promote your future event, and you can also shoot videos of the product, give them a clearer picture of what they're buying.
Correct.
Second one is a flash sale advertisement to create a sense of urgency. Again, there are also people who at this point are ready to buy. So do a limited time sale, maybe a 10-20% discount to take advantage of people who are already at the point. Already ready for it. Third one is advertisement for hot audiences. First step is by remarketing ads that remind them to complete purchases. So there are people who maybe have committed all the way until adding your product to the cart. But for some reason, maybe whether they are not free or they are trying to think of something else, or they have diverted attention, they haven't actually made the purchase yet, you can actually remind them to complete the purchase. Another one is testimonial ads to persuade purchase. In the case where even at the very end of this journey, they're still not entirely convinced, you need to do some social proofing, testimonials, reviews, in order to further validate your business through external means, like using past clients or existing clients instead of your own.
Video their journey and such.
All right, so that's all for Tipsy VP podcast this week. Tipsy Podcast is part of Social Media Weekly and is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Tipsy VP episode 24th January 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
Happy Chinese New Year!
恭喜发财!
Bye.
Bye bye.